Omid Scobie has recently thrust the controversy surrounding the alleged royal racists back into the spotlight with the publication of his book, Endgame, a move that sparked a resurgence in discussions after Prince Harry and Meghan Markle distanced themselves from these assertions. In a series of interviews this week, the author expressed his curiosity about why the couple didn't delve deeper into the conversation following Meghan's revelation during her Oprah Winfrey interview in 2021. Meghan had shared her experience of an unnamed royal expressing concern about her son Archie's future skin color. Scobie highlighted that the issue seemed to fade away, despite ample opportunities for the Sussexes to elaborate on it in their Netflix documentary or Harry's memoir, Spare. His intent was to investigate the matter further, leading him to discover the exchange of letters between Meghan and King Charles III post the Oprah interview. Additionally, Scobie hinted at the existence of a second royal racist, but refrained from disclosing the identity, asserting, "Those are two names that I have to keep to myself for now." While promoting Spare earlier in the year, Harry acknowledged concerns regarding Archie's skin color, framing the comments as unconscious bias rather than outright racism. The controversy gained fresh momentum when a Dutch journalist suggested that the Dutch translation of Endgame might have revealed the identities of the alleged royal racists. In a recent interview on ABC's GMA3, Scobie shared that the Sussexes have managed to engage in positive discussions with King Charles post the Oprah interview. He emphasized that conversations about a child's appearance at birth are ordinary, but highlighted Meghan's use of the term concerns regarding Archie's skin color as problematic. Scobie expressed his perplexity about why the couple chose not to pursue this topic further in subsequent media appearances. Moreover, in an interview with Vanity Fair, Scobie conveyed his interest and confusion over the lack of dialogue from Harry and Meghan after the Oprah interview. He was particularly intrigued by the absence of discussion about the alleged racist comments in subsequent projects, despite the seriousness of the claims made during the Oprah interview. He acknowledged the maturity displayed in the exchange of letters between Meghan and Charles, recognizing that while both sides had differing viewpoints, they engaged in a conversation rather than avoiding or dismissing the issue. Scobie emphasized Charles's position within the family structure and appreciated his involvement in the discussion with Meghan, despite the divergence in their perceptions of the situation. In another interview aired on ABC's Nightline program, Scobie reiterated his inability to disclose the names of those involved in the controversy. He expressed his hope that the situation might evolve over time, suggesting that Harry and Meghan may have decided to put this issue behind them. The conversation around the British royal family, racism, and Meghan Markle's experiences within the institution has been a topic of immense interest and speculation. The revelations made during the Oprah interview, where Meghan disclosed discussions about the potential skin color of her then-unborn child Archie, ignited a global conversation about race, bias, and the royals. The intense scrutiny and speculation arose from Meghan's statement during the interview, where she mentioned conversations within the royal family concerning Archie's skin tone. While not explicitly naming the individuals involved or directly labeling the discussions as racist, her words hinted at discomfort and concern regarding potential biases within the family. Prince Harry, in subsequent interviews and discussions, reiterated Meghan's sentiment, but chose to frame the discussions as instances of unconscious bias rather than outright racism. This choice of words sparked debates about the nuances between explicit racism and unconscious biases existing within an institution as prominent as the royal family. The aftermath of the Oprah interview led to public statements from senior royals, including Prince William and Queen Elizabeth II, who emphasized that issues of race are concerning while highlighting potential differences in recollection regarding the events discussed by Meghan and Harry. Moreover, Harry clarified that the individuals involved in the conversations about Archie's skin tone were not his grandparents, Queen Elizabeth II, or the Duke of Edinburgh, raising curiosity and speculation about the identities of the individuals in question. In the midst of this controversy, a book authored by Omid Scobie delved into Meghan's interactions with the royal family, shedding light on letters exchanged between Meghan and Prince Charles, allegedly addressing concerns about unconscious racial biases within the institution. However, Scobie was careful to note that Meghan didn't explicitly label any family member as racist in her interviews or private communications. Recent claims suggest that in the Dutch translation of Scobie's book, Endgame, 2 royal family members were apparently referenced as the royal racists. These claims have stirred further curiosity and discussions about the specifics of these references, leading to a halt in the book's sales in the Netherlands. The English edition of Scobie's book refrains from naming the individual accused by Meghan of expressing concerns about Archie's skin color. However, it does suggest that Meghan alleged similar comments were made by a second individual within the royal household in her correspondence regarding the matter. The speculation and ongoing discussions stemming from Meghan's revelations, Prince Harry's subsequent statements, and Scobie's book continue to fuel public curiosity and debates about racial biases, unconscious prejudices, and the dynamics within the British royal family. The intricacies and complexities of this situation highlight broader societal conversations about race, privilege, and the challenges faced by individuals, even within prominent institutions, when confronting issues of bias and discrimination. The ongoing discourse reflects the need for open dialogue, understanding, and efforts to address unconscious biases for positive societal change. Omid Scobie, the author, claims knowledge of names linked to a senior royal involved in a racist incident. Scobie asserts that UK laws prevent him from publicly naming these individuals. Nonetheless, a Dutch version of the book allegedly reveals the identity of the senior royal. This deviation in the Dutch edition raises questions about why this specific information was included and whether it was a translation error. According to a leaked page from the Dutch version, a name is disclosed despite Scobie's statements in the English edition about legal constraints. However, it's essential to note there's no substantiated evidence to support this claim of a royal's involvement. Royalty expert Mr. Evers stated that the book mentions 2 senior royals, one explicitly and the other vaguely. He expressed skepticism about the explanation of a translation mistake, particularly in regards to a name being mistranslated. There's discrepancy and confusion between different language versions of the book. The Dutch edition not only includes the name of the senior royal, but also lacks Scobie's claim about legal restrictions in the English version. The Dutch publisher, Xander, acknowledged this issue, but refrained from giving details due to a request to halt the title's distribution. They referred inquiries to the U.S. agent, implying the situation was under review. In response, HarperCollins in New York, Scobie's publishers, didn't comment on the matter. Additionally, bookstores in Amsterdam hadn't received their expected shipments, possibly due to ongoing developments. Buckingham Palace chose not to comment on the situation. A royal source discredited the book, labeling it as riddled with errors and lacking journalistic credibility. The controversy escalated when Mr. Evers disclosed the alleged name on social media. This occurred simultaneously with Scobie's promotional activities for the book in New York, causing social media reactions that were largely skeptical and sympathetic. Scobie, unaware of the Dutch version's contents due to his inability to read Dutch, emphasized his involvement solely in the English version and denied including names in any version he produced. The situation remains unclear, with ongoing discussions between publishers, legal representatives, and inquiries from media outlets. Overall, the saga highlights discrepancies between different language editions of the book, leaving unresolved questions about the disclosure of the senior royal's name and the validity of the claims made in the book.
Dear friend, if you like everything new about the royal family and don't want to miss all the novelties, subscribe to our channel and like it. By doing so, you take part in our development. We work for you.